Let's talk about miniatures. I've been known to do some role-playing. It's another installment of Miniature Mashup. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about Warhammer terrain. I'm going to make real simple projects. One is going to be barrels. We're going to make barrels or oil containers or fuel containers out of bottle caps. If you got a couple bottle caps, if you buy a 6-pack of soda or just save them off your 3 liters, any bottle caps will do. It's important that the top and the bottom match. If the top and the bottom are slightly bowed, that's a little better, and if the middle is straight, that's the best. You might even want to use like a lighter top for the middle, like one off a water bottle, although I don't support buying plastic water bottles. It just puts more plastic in the environment. It's really not necessary. You shouldn't drink soda either, to be honest, but you know, I'm not going to moralize too much. Anyway, this project doesn't really require a lot of explanation. You just pretty much hot glue them together and you make your barrels, and you can paint them any way you want. I also flock the base I put them on. I put them on little cardboard bases, and I measure those so that they're some inch by another inch, so I can use them also in gridded gameplay. But you know, they're also for Warhammer or other battle games like that. Anything sci-fi or modern you want to use. Easiest way probably to paint them would just be to make them black and then maybe put one of those many marine decals they give you on there, or just solid black would probably be the quickest. So that's it. Yeah, there's the barrels. The next project, there they are with some marines on them. The next project is going to be alien plant growth. So we're going to need some plastic tubing. I got this. This is plastic soda tubing. It just got thrown out someplace at the mall. We got a bunch of this. I guess they probably had a different type of soda fountain put in. So I'm going to measure out 4 to 2 inches, and I think I'm going to do 6 at 1.5 inches. I'm just measuring this out and marking it with a Sharpie, and I do many at 1 inch. I'm going to be arranging those and gluing them to one of these cardboard circles, although you can put them on any kind of base you want. And I'll also be using a big garland fake holly plant thing from Christmas that I got for $1 over at the scrap exchange. So actually might have been less than $1, but I've already used it a bunch. It's great for terrain. And I'm just chopping them up with the shears. So yeah, actually, I guess I made 4 at the longest length and maybe 8 at the next length down. You just want to go down 1/2 inch, and you'll see why, because you're going to want the plant to sort of start tall in the center and work and just get shorter as it gets to the edges here. So, boy, from here on out, I think you guys can figure this out just by watching. While I got you here, I'd like to tell a story about my Warhammer experiences. I guess, like a lot of people, my good experiences all kind of blend into just my enjoyment of the game. Now, I haven't played the last 2 editions, sorry, but I really liked the edition before. I guess that was 6th, 5th, I don't even know. I really, one of the worst sports I've ever played, and maybe anything, was a guy I encountered playing Warhammer. 3rd time I played this guy. First 2 times he was playing Nidzilla, which is fine. I'm not even gonna cite that for being broken. He stomped me flat. This guy always played Nidzilla back when it was available, and you know, he won a lot with it. 3rd time I played him, he was trying to sell an Eldar army. He brought it to the shop, and he's going to try to sell it in the shop, which is really nice. I'm sure the shop appreciated that. He played this Eldar army, and they had the Whirlwinds or the Reapers. That was sort of the centerpiece, and he had a lot of really light vehicles, and I played Chaos Marines. I took a ton of heavy weapons. I always did. You know, I like Havocs, and so I'm always with straight missile launchers too. That's pretty much all I take. So he got first turn, he moves up. Second turn, I tear into his Reapers. He gets 1 round of fire on me with them. Not super effective. My guys are all in cover. Next round, I return fire. and I'm just using crack missiles on Eldar. And if you know anything, you pretty much just have to roll to hit. It's an instant death. Their armor doesn't help them out. Some of them got cover saves, but not many, and I tore his Reapers apart. Second round, they were not there. All that was left was the leader, and he couldn't do that much on his own. I also took out 2 Eldar Walker things. I knocked out a tank. I mean, it was just the heavy weapons, they just couldn't withstand them at all. And later he had guys pop out, like a unit of Eldar, and I came out with my vets, and just like 6 flamer templates. I think that's how I had my vets set up. They all had flamers, and it was just a disgusting, it was 40 hits it ended up being, and strength 4, so it took that unit right off the board in 1 round. It was really one-sided. Now he went first, I went second. This was the last game of the night, and I'm stomping up on him. You know, it's a pretty solid victory. The end of my turn, they call, that's it, last tank, you know, finish up, guys, we're out of here, we gotta close, shop's closing up. And he goes to me, can I get 1 more turn? And you understand, I'm playing like, well, we're done, because it was, you know, fixed amount of turns. I got the last turn, and, you know, it's an equal number of turns, and he wants 1 more turn, so not so he can win. He won't even win. All he's going to do is make a draw by making a rush to a couple of things and denying me a few victory points by, you know, rushing his troops over to a couple of objectives and denying those to me. And, you know, here's the thing, guys. I'm not going to give him an extra turn, for one. That's just simply, you know, fair is fair, right? 2, the shop says we're closing up. And 3, the guy's already handed me my head a couple times. Playing 40k, and he didn't need to know what it felt like to beat me. He didn't need a victory that bad, but he did, and that's what I'm getting to. Is some people play this game, and it's just about winning for them. I mean, you know, playing Nidzilla, I think that kind of makes you a poor sport, but whatever. You know, maybe he just liked it. That's not how he came off. He really seemed like one of these guys who just has to win. Boy, that sucks. It sucks when there's people like that in your game. You know, to me, it diminishes the fun quite a bit. I get that winning is more fun than losing, for sure. But can I get an extra turn? Like, you're already the winner. You already won the largest balls in this game store contest. So, you know, take heart in that. I mean, seriously, you're gonna... Anyway, also, I remember, you know, again, the bad ones stick out. The good ones are just good and fun. You know, either I won or I lost and had a good time losing. Played against another Eldar force. Amazing. Actually, the Eldars tend to stick in my head. I think those are the only times I ever played against them. And this guy was all tanks, just nothing but tanks. And he had something where the tanks could combine their fire to make like this large blast and just wipe you out. But his entire force was in tanks at different points, and it was like a shell game. I didn't know what unit was what. Now, I don't think it would have mattered much. I think he handed me my ass pretty solidly anyway, but, you know, it just felt very sketch. He wouldn't use his miniatures to mark who was in what. Like, I wanted him to, he did have, you know, an HQ in one of the vehicles, and I was like, could you just put your guy next to it so I know? Wouldn't do that, wouldn't play ball that way, and, I don't know. Again, it just felt like a force that, you know, some forces sort of win before they even get to the battlefield. They're built so well. You know, you can build really lopsided forces, and I know there's a rock, paper, scissors thing going on where if somebody builds right around that, they'll take that right out. Except I didn't. I just had, you know, kind of a regular army. You know, there's nothing too exotic about what I was fielding. Just Chaos Marines, a lot of Havocs. And I think I had a Demon Prince maybe at the time. I don't even actually. No, I didn't even have a Demon Prince then. I was just running a Chaos Marine General. Anyway, guys, those are my goofy Warhammer stories. I hope you enjoyed this terrain project. You see, I'm just finished flocking it now. It's plastic tubes with some little holly berries, some fake holly berries sticking out of the top. I had some plastic jewelry for the rocks here. This little rock formation, which I epoxied together. And here it is with some Marines on it. I'll see you around.